State of Decay 2. We're getting more info, more news, more videos, more streams, and more game talk brought to us. The most recent news drop, character traits, skills, heroes, and how all that works within the context of the game. This is one of the things that I've been looking forward to the most, as opposed to just footage of 4-player co-op, which we got more than enough. Man, with this, it just left you wanting to know more. If you didn't get enough with IGN's drop on Wednesday, then, you know, they followed that up. Undead Labs, the nice company that they are, they followed that up with a nice stream to the fans, you know, the hardcore community, Zed heads. And in keeping with new traditions, thought I'd, you know, take a look at all this new gameplay footage, listen to the designers speak in the streams and in the footage, and let the information really marinate and let it resonate and see what I really appreciated, what I liked, and a couple things, you know, there's always a few things that you don't like, but we're gonna go with that Oreo system. You know, sandwich the complaints in the middle, but finish it off with some delicious cookie. I think the number one thing that most people are looking forward to, as am I, are the traits and the skills and the leader traits that is new to SOD2. And the first game, there was a lot of emphasis on the different skills, you know, like one of them was sexting, which is hilarious, you know, but you know, there's like powerhouse, and they broke down in the stream and in the video about a lot of the different traits. Apparently there's over like 1,200 plus. I also like how when they broke down how the skill books work, as far as, you know, you may have a survivor that has only like 4 traits, and there'll be like an open space. That's when you can like learn the different skills. You know, I got the Ultimate Edition through the Microsoft Store, so it's like I'm gonna get a gardening book. So I guess right off the jump, I'm gonna be able to make one of my heroes or one of my survivors or whatever some kind of gardener. You know, learn the skills, take the time to read the book.
Book of the Dead.
I love that you can learn skills, you know, because that's real. You know, if you were out in the zombie apocalypse, you know, you needed to learn how to. There are no more doctors or whatever, and somebody got to learn how to deliver this baby, or somebody got to learn how to stitch up somebody, right? You know, whatever, you know, try to cure some disease or whatever, you know, so you got to learn, build a house or whatever. Like, you can learn things. Like, you find these books. There's no YouTube. Before there was YouTube, kids, there was these things called do-it-yourself books, and you know, pages and whatever. I'm sure you could get enough information to whatever, but and also kind of like the Matrix, how they, you know, keep plugging Neo up to different stuff, and he's more, I need more, and he keeps learning kung fu.
I know kung fu.
And these leader traits are interesting in that it gives you different options and different ways to do playthroughs, because you can't change them once you set one unless one of them dies. So at least there is a way to change it. Like, if you really want to do that, you know, you have your leader go out in a blaze of glory, go down with the ship maybe. I like the idea of having like maybe a warlord, but it sucks because you can't change your clothes. Like, you were like a woman, right? That was a warlord leader, and she was dressed in a way that made her look kind of like not intimidating. I want to put some kind of crazy clothes on her, like some kind of leather jacket.
I can see this is hard on you guys.
One of the other things I'm really looking forward to is the fact that they're changing the heights on different characters. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do anything about the body sizes. Like, they can't make anybody kind of fat or whatever. They did say that they were able to adjust heights, so there'll be some various, you know, different lengths and heights and measurements to your survivors in the camp, which variation is always a good thing. And I also love when they put that picture up of all the different faces and heads they have in the game, the different variations, and they also thought to put some of the community, you know, some of us from the message boards and stuff on there. I think they even said like Hi Cadet's on here.
Is Hi Cadet on this list?
Yeah, he's
Chris,
right
where
there.
is he?
He's
Oh,
right
oh,
there.
there he is. Yeah, so there's Hi Cadet right there.
You one ugly motherfucker.
I'm just playing, man. I'm gonna use you, man, and you're gonna be one of my heroes.
Sorry about the mess.
But in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to all the different variations of people, and they say they had different hairstyles and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll see similar people running around, but the end of the day, I mean, it's all good, you know. Alright, so I figured I'd just break down a couple little things that I heard and noticed over the day's drop of information in the videos that I saw and heard and streams and all this that I heard that I really liked. Alright, number one, there's no Lily. No annoying person talking when you're trying to run around and do things. That is love. I appreciate that. I saw a little clip where you could work on cars and it looked like they were in the engine, so I'm assuming when you're running around on the road and you find a car, you can't necessarily just jump in and take off like in SOD1. That always kind of bugged me. Is like, what if the car is out of gas or the battery's dead or whatever? Like, you're not gonna just find those random cars and just start right up and you can go. So it looks like you need even a car expert or something. Maybe even some parts. Yeah, somebody was digging around in the engine and stuff and they said it didn't start, so I'm like, man, that'd be pretty cool. Like, you find them but they don't necessarily run, so you have to run. I like that some of the traits are capped off. There's a character with asthma, so their stamina caps off at 4 stars. You know, like, I think that's pretty cool. Like, assuming they balance the skills and the traits and all that kind of stuff out. I like the idea of things being capped. Now, and I think in the first game, if somebody had like asthma or a bum knee or something like that, and they gained stamina slow, but they didn't necessarily get it capped. So like, you could still get it to 7 stars or whatever, I believe, but it would just take a lot longer. So I like the idea that there's a certain thing that it can only go to, because like, I mean, if you have asthma, there's limits to your lungs. You know, there should be limits in the game. So I appreciate that. Big word. Appreciation. Appreciate the game. Appreciate the time that we have to wait, and appreciate Undead Labs for putting out such an amazing game. I'm certain of it. I know they'll be amazing. That's why I'm so excited, and you should be too. And SOD2 coming out May 18th. This is Han Solo Dolo, and remember, kids, I shot first.
I bet you have.